In this video, we're going to be going through the most commonly used settings in Google Ads campaigns. Settings are accessed from the left-hand menu. So if you click on a campaign and you click on settings, you'll see a list of settings for that campaign. The first setting is campaign name. Google Ads automatically generates a default campaign name. However, it is best to choose a name which identifies your campaign. You could, for example, use a name which contains the campaign type, the products which are targeted, the location. This is for example, a dynamic search campaign. It's a dynamic search ad, so we call it DSA. And then it's targeting all the products we have. So it's all products, and then the location, which is UK. Let's just look at some other campaigns we have in this account. These are Performance Max campaigns. So it's the targeting, which is USA, PM, which is Performance Max, and we have different tierings of campaigns, the targeting. So we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, etc. Down here we have another example, which is, it's a Canadian campaign. So it's CA, it's Performance Max, so it's PM, and it's the first tier of Canada, so it's tier 1. And rest of the world is just something it enables us to group different campaigns together in a rest of the world group. And there's also, down here, we have an EU group. So it's ways of us very quickly searching on campaigns, so we can find, pull groups of campaigns together just based on the search. Returning to settings again, the next setting is goal. This is where the goal for the campaign is set. In this case, it's purchases. So this is the goal which has been set up under tools and settings, and then conversions. And we've set the conversion event on this to be purchases. There's an option on Google to attribute more conversion value, new customers over existing customers. So if you know what your lifetime value of a customer is, so you know that over a certain period of time, a customer may spend £20 on the first order, but over the lifetime of that customer, it's going to be worth, say, £100. You may wish to pay more to acquire new customers than to sell to existing customers. And you can set an amount here to add to the conversion value, so you can bid more for new customers. So here we're saying we've got two options here. We've got bid higher for new customers and only bid for new customers, as in bid the same for everyone. We have an amount here which is set as the value for new customers, and there's an account level setting, or you can set it at the campaign level. And that will add on, you will see that when there's a conversion event, it will add that amount onto the conversion event and will bid accordingly more. The next setting we're going to look at is networks. Google does not only just advertise on Google search, it also advertises on a number of other sites across the web. You can choose advertise on all sites, which is what Google recommends, or you can choose the networks it sells on. So the two options we have here are include Google Search Partners. That's other search sites that use the Google algorithm to power their search. And also the Google Display Network, which is a vast network of sites, including Google's own properties like YouTube and Gmail, and also other sites which include Google advertising. From experience, these sites tend to convert less well than Google search themselves, so you need to monitor them and see how well they do. What some advertisers do is they have different campaigns, some including the networks and some not including the networks, or they just look at their performance and they see how well these additional sites are performing and decide whether to exclude them or not. The next setting is locations. Google enables advertisers to advertise all around the world, and it's usually best to create a campaign on a country level. So this is the setting for where the ads are targeted. You can target all countries and territories. That is inadvisable because you're very unlikely to have something which is going to appeal equally to all territories. What's been selected here is United Kingdom, which is our home territory, or you can enter another location. We could, for example, add Ireland. And not only can you select Ireland, but you can select different parts of Ireland. So I'm going to select Ireland as a country, and that's added Ireland as a country here. You can also, if we click on locations, either we can target people who are present or show an interest in that location, or people who are only present in that location. Along with including locations, we can also exclude locations. So I'm going to put London here, and we can choose to exclude it or to target it. There's a special location tab here on the left, let's continue, where this information is also displayed. Similarly, languages, you can select the languages that your customers speak. It really needs to be the language of the advert. The campaign budget can also be set on the settings page, but it's normally set, if you look at the campaign page, you can set the budget here. On the settings page is also where you set the bidding strategy you use. We talk about bidding strategy in another video, but you can change your bid strategy based on your campaign objectives. Campaigns can have start and end dates. If you want to, you can set a start and end date for your campaign. So it could be that you have just products you sell all the time, at which point you don't want a start and end date. Or alternatively, you might have seasonal products, or you might have special offers that you want to have special campaigns for, and then you would want to set a start and an end date. So if you have a sale, that would be a good example of when you would want to have a start and an end date. Value rules allows advertisers to attribute more conversion value under particular sets of conditions. So you can set a primary condition and a secondary condition. So if you know that you want to bid more for desktop conversions, and there's a secondary condition, you want to also do location at the same time. So desktop conversions, say in London, if we select London, and then we can set an adjustment for that. So if we do add or multiply, so we could do multiply by, say, 3, and that'll mean that we multiply the conversions for that location by 3, so 300%, or you can just add a specific amount. So that is if you have a very clear idea that your conversions are worth more from a particular location, you can do rules to change the value. One of the powerful features about Google Ads is you can create multiple ads, and then you allow Google to serve both ads, and then you can choose the ones which perform the best. Now, Google will do this automatically. You can choose prefer the best performing ads, or you can choose do not optimize, rotate ads indefinitely. Now, it's recommended that you prefer the best performing ads, because obviously they will then get you better performance. Otherwise, what is really the point of having multiple ads? The final setting I'm going to talk about is devices. You can choose to have adjustments for devices, so browsers into people who use computers, as in desktop computers, mobile phones and tablets. If you know that people using certain devices are customers that you want to attract more, then you do a bid adjustment or a decrease, and you can say, okay, I want to increase the bid for computers by 10%. And that'll mean that if you have a campaign level bid or a keyword level bid of £1, then if someone's on a computer, then you would bid £1.10. Another option you have is to set a schedule for your ads. So under Ad Schedule on the left-hand side, we can choose the times that our ads are displayed, and we can also choose bid adjustments for those times. So we can set a schedule either by day, all days, working week, or weekends. So here I'm going to set it that the ads are displayed every day between 7 AM and, should we say, 12 o'clock. And then we found that people don't really buy anything at lunchtime, so we're going to turn things off between 12 and, should we say, 2 PM. So that's 14. And then we're going to have them running until the evening. And we found that people don't buy anything in the evening, so we're turning them off during those times. So here we see the ad schedules. They don't run overnight, they run in the mornings, and they run in the evenings, and they don't run in the afternoon. And we can set bid adjustments at certain times if we want to increase the bids at certain times during the day. And that's shown here where the bid adjustment is on a Monday. You can see it's gone up by 10%.